The upcoming elections for the European Parliament in France are said to be a significant indicator of the political landscape leading up to the 2027 presidential elections. According to recent opinion polls, the Renaissance Party, led by President Emmanuel Macron, is lagging behind the right wing National Rally. As political analysts scrutinize the changing preferences of French voters, the implications of this shift are becoming increasingly apparent, especially with the growing appeal of RN's young leader, Jordan Bardella. In light of these developments, the evolving political dynamics in France warrant closer examination. What factors have contributed to the shifting political preferences of French voters? How might the upcoming elections impact the future of France's political landscape?
Welcome to TFI Global, the antidote to mass delusion.
According to new opinion polls, France's Renaissance Party is trailing the right-wing National Rally by a considerable margin. A recent article published on Wednesday by The Guardian states that the blame for the RE's poor polling rests with President Emmanuel Macron. The two parties were tied in the last European election, which took place 5 years ago. Elections for the European Parliament are scheduled to take place between June 6th and June 9th. These elections will provide a clear indication of how the presidential election in France, set for 2027, might unfold. The article suggests that Macron has himself to blame for his political predicament. Despite being just 2 years into his second term, Macron lacks a parliamentary majority and faces a government under the constant threat of a no-confidence motion. The article also highlights how Macron has personalized his style of governance, resulting in voters blaming him for various issues, including the cost of living, the rise of youth violence, and the risk of terrorism during this summer's Paris Olympic Games. The RN is being led by Jordan Bardella, who became the president of the party in 2022. Bardella, 28 years of age, does not carry the same legacy as his party's former president, Marine Le Pen. However, he reportedly joined the party due to Le Pen's influence. While Le Pen's impact on the RN remains strong, young voters are more inclined towards Bardella. Macron was elected in 2017, becoming France's youngest head of state apart from, of course, Napoleon Bonaparte. However, now Macron appears to be struggling to align with the desires of the French public. I think it is less about Frenchness in this election than portraying people who feel they don't belong, who feel humiliated either economically, not making ends meet, not being recognized, or not seeing themselves represented in parliament or politics, said Cecil Aloy, a professor of French at Stanford University, in an interview with a German broadcaster. A separate survey published in March shows that Macron's party has lost favor among young French voters. Just 4% of those aged 18 to 24 expressed their intention to vote for Macron's party next month, compared to 29% among those over the age of 70. Aloy explains that the reason for this is that young voters have little to no historical memory of Nazism during World War II, a topic for which the RN has faced criticism for not fully shedding its anti-Semitic heritage. Another article by Financial Times attributes Macron's drop in popularity to the cost of living. An opinion poll from February showed that this issue was the primary concern of French voters. The drop in consumer confidence among the French indicates pessimism about their future. Another issue affecting France's economy is its high budget deficit, which last year rose to 5.5% of the GDP. Macron's government has already had to announce emergency spending cuts, and more may be on the way in areas such as social benefits and local government budgets, the newspaper suggests, adding that this could influence the results of the 2027 election. However, the news outlet adds that while many French people use the EU elections to cast protest votes against their presidents and governments, they may vote differently in a national election.